guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be taking you guys with me as I set up my bullet journal for the month of October. So for last month, I put out 2 bullet journaling videos for the month of September, and both of them did really well. So I want to start off by thanking everyone for all the love and appreciation that I have received in the last few weeks. For October, I was debating between whether I wanted to continue with like the fall vibes of coffee and pumpkin spice, or if I wanted to switch it up a little. And finally I decided for like somewhat of a Guns N' Roses theme by mixing spider webs and roses. The roses didn't turn out to be as pitch red as I was expecting it to be. It was more of like a toned down crimson red that had more of like pink tones to it, and I basically used my aqua brush and watercolors from the brand Camel to do the entire cover page. I'll have the stationery that I used linked down below. Again, if you've been keeping up with my channel, you would know that I got this aqua brush from Stationery Pal, and I actually am working with Stationery Pal, so if you guys want to head over there and buy some supplies for your journaling or for back to school season, then you can go ahead around, check out their website. I'll have it linked in the description box below, and you can use my code STUDYDIARY for 15% off. Thank you so much to Stationery Pal for sponsoring this video. I also filmed this bullet journal in the outdoors, so if there's a difference in lighting compared to my other bullet journaling videos, that's probably why. But I made the rose stain different for each. I didn't want them to all look the exact same, so some roses were done in a particular style while the others were done a little different, but not too different because I didn't want there to be a huge variety in it. Once I was done painting my roses, I used a black pen to write down my header or title, which obviously, because it's the month of October, was October. I think this is the smallest font I do. Normally I do the same font style for each of my monthly covers, which is like this, you know, the typical classic hand lettering, and it's a larger font size than this, but this time I decided to change it up, make it a little smaller. However, I did fill it and do the classic hand lettering style as always. It might be a little confusing to understand, but if you go through my older videos, you would probably be able to grasp what I'm explaining better. And then once I was finally done with my cover page, I decided to work on the calendar of my bullet journal setup. Again, if you saw my last video or my most recent video, you would know that I've actually switched it up, because before I used to spread out my calendar on 2 pages of my bullet journal, and this time, well, since my last video, which is the September monthly spread, I am just taking one side of my bullet journal, so just one page for the calendar, and I basically draw boxes using the exact same pen, and then I number them from 1 to 31. Again, this depends on which month, but obviously for October it's 1 to 31. I also draw a spider web on the side because I realized that since there was no spider webs on the cover page in itself, it would look like it was just a roses theme and there was no spider webs involved, so I decided to draw one on the side, again using the exact same pen. And then at the bottom I used some black washi tape and I used my white gel pen to write "Hello October" on it. Once I was done with both my calendar and my cover page, I decided to work on my habit tracker. I know most people like to start with their mood trackers, but I personally gave up on mood trackers like 3 years ago because I found them highly unnecessary, because I usually like to journal down my thoughts in paragraphs rather than just color in emoticons for my mood. But again, like I said, we're very heavily influenced by spiderwebs and roses for this month's theme, so I decided my habit tracker would actually be a spiderweb. There's actually 32 blocks to fill in my spiderweb, but obviously I'll only be filling in 31 because October only has 31 days. There is no month with 32. But basically you fill in each little block for each habit, and I decided to keep track of 5 habits this month. If you subscribe to my channel, you'd probably be able to keep track of, or just watch me fill in these little colors and keep track of my habits as I go on, because I do show myself journaling in my daily vlogs or my student vlogs. I also wrote habits on top. Again, I'm using like the same pen for this entire process. This is one of my favorite pens when I journal. And then I fill in the habits font using my watercolor brush pen. And then once I was done with my habit tracker page and I added in my last finishing touches, aka a little red rose, I decided to work on my reading list, which, so last month I had a reading list as well as like a TBR of like, as well as like a watch list for like shows and movies and like YouTube videos. However, this time I decided that since I don't really watch that much, I'll just keep a reading list, and as always, I have like a specific font for my reading list, and I always like to draw like a few books on the side. I also added in a little cobweb and some roses on the side to maintain the theme. Once I was done, I began working on my daily log, which is pretty simple and standard. I filled in a few boxes with a little bit of roses and spider webs just for fun, and I made my notes box as well as my YouTube box to keep track of YouTube videos that I wanted to put out. And then I was done with my bullet journal setup for the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed the spread. I thought it was very quick, practical, minimalistic, but at the same time fun and creative. I definitely love how the cover page turned out, especially. If you guys want to see more videos, be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments below what your favorite part was or what other things you like to add onto your bullet journal. I'll see you guys next time.